Hey guys, this is Tasha from TechGroupInc.com coming at you with a second step, expanding our thoughts on Jesus' incisive question, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? In a previous video, we talked about opportunity cost. The fact that in order to go after this one thing, you got to realize that it is directly taking your attention, your effort, your energies away from something else. Very often, there are two things that we would like to pursue, but you can only do one. Which brings us to the idea of prioritizing. When it comes to prioritizing, the key thing is to understand that priority is about importance. It's about relevance. It's tied to the contribution that you understand that you need to make. And if you can get clarity on this is who I am, this is the type of function or task that I work in, and I am able to produce quality work, and more importantly, by producing this work, it enables somebody else to do their part. We're talking about contribution. If you can get clarity on what that is, prioritizing is understanding that everything else comes after that, if it comes at all. And that's the hard part. That's the hard part because of this culture of busy. Our schedules are filled with all sorts of things that we don't need to do. But because we've got to be able to do this, and you got to be able to do this, and so is doing this, and somehow I've got to be able to catch up. I've got to be involved in this or I'm going to miss out. Opportunity cost. We are filled with so much that is taking us away from contribution. And speaking of schedules, if you understand that prioritizing is giving the first place, the top place, to the things that must be done, and some of the other things may not be done at all, the way to be able to do that is to look at your schedule. Let me ask you this: where is your time going? And a follow-up question: if we were to actually track it, would it be going where you think it's going? When we work in an office space or maybe at home, whatever the structure and the environment in which you work, when you set aside 15 minutes to write, do you actually write for all 15 minutes? If you set aside an hour for a meeting, is that hour actually spent discussing the things on the agenda? Or because of such loose objectives and expectations, we veer all over the place. And so an hour's meeting is really just 20 minutes of the core thing that we're here for, and the rest of it could be missed out entirely. What I want to get across here, prioritizing is not just about writing a list. It's understanding this is what I'm going to do. And because this is tied to my contribution, I am going to cut out everything else. Provided, of course, that it doesn't handicap somebody else. But you've got to cut it out so that you give yourself time to really focus on the things that you do. So track that time and see how much of your time is actually going where you want it to go. And tying this right back to opportunity cost, what does it profit you to do as well as you do and sacrifice your health? We are go, and in these days, mental health is taking over physical. Emotional health is something that is rife, and it's going in the wrong direction. spiritual health. God knew about this right from the start, and that is why he instituted the Sabbath. He said 6 days you will work, and on those 6 days, if anybody was to look at your schedule and say, does this production meet what is expected in 6 days? I think some of us would fail. But for those that do, God said he created the Sabbath for us to be able to rest, to rejuvenate, to recover, and to go next time with just enough energy and zeal. So, 3 ideas. Set what must be done and dump the rest. Check your time and see that it is actually going. And understand that nothing that you do will work if you sacrifice your health. What does it profit a man? What does it profit a woman to have a successful business and lose his or her health? What does it profit you to get all of that and to lose your family? What does it profit you, all of that, and to lose your soul? Let's think through it and create better decisions so that when we look back on what we have done, it is something that we are proud of. I'll see you next time.